Hi everybody, Strong Dog Whisperer here, and today's video I am going to give you some tips on how to walk a dog properly and some of the techniques and equipment that we use to make sure that it's as easy as possible. Although for beginners and novices this is quite a challenge, so if you do need some expert help, this is just a little video. It's not meant to replace an expert opinion at all, but definitely maybe get you on the right track. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the equipment. I'll get a little bit closer here. Hopefully you guys can see. This is the leash that I use. Most leashes these days are really long, like over 6 feet, but this one does the trick really well. It gives you a lot of control, and it leaves your hands free to stay relaxed instead of wrapping the leash around your hand like 100 times. The extra length isn't really needed. The next piece of equipment I'm going to show you is probably the most important, and it's something that's called a slip knot. So you can see here, it's just a piece of nylon with 2 hoops on each side. It's really simple and straightforward. Put the end through one of the loops, and there you go. The way it functions is it actually gets tighter the more tension that you put on it. I'll show you another one here. This is a bit easier to find, and it's much more traditional. It's the exact same concept, except this one's made out of chain versus that one's made out of nylon. The incorrect name for this is a choke chain, which is not the intended purpose of the way it's supposed to be used. So these are designed to actually stay loose. So if there's no tension on it, it will stay loose, and your dog won't even really know that it's there. If it does tighten up, it does get tighter, but the idea behind this type of lead is that it stays loose as much as possible, and that's how you get a loose leash walking your dog. So next thing I'm going to show you is exactly how to position it on your dog to give you the most control with the least amount of effort. Let's see, who wants to start? I'm going to use Mackenzie because it'll be a little bit easier to see exactly where I put this on her. Now your dog should be really excited by the leash. It shouldn't be a negative experience for them, so they should really enjoy the leash. The leash should represent something really positive. If you're having trouble with your dog associating it with a positive thing, what you can do is hold a treat or a piece of food in one hand and leave the loop open nice and big, and then put the treat on the other side, and they'll put their nose right through, just like that. Good girl. So, hope you can see this properly. So the best place to put the leash is right underneath the jawline, right there. This is what's going to control the head and the nose. So when you're walking your dog, as long as you can control their nose, you can have much less effort when it comes to controlling your dog. The problem that most people have is they put the leash too low on their dog. So down here, this is the strongest part of the dog, is right down here on where the chest meets the neck. And if they feel pressure on this part of their body, they will want to move forward. It'll actually encourage them to move. So flat collars tend to stay down here. That's not a good idea. You want to teach your dog how to walk right beside you, loose leash. And probably the worst culprit, and the thing that people use a lot, is harnesses. People think that a harness is more humane for whatever reason, and they think you know, it's going to give them more control because it's a stronger, it's got a stronger hold on the dog. But the opposite is true. So harnesses are actually built for dogs to pull. So when a dog feels pressure, because the harness is right around that strongest part of them. If you've ever seen dog races, sled dogs, anything like that, they all wear harnesses. And of course, their natural instinct is to pull when there's a harness on. So this one little trick in terms of the positioning of the lead in this particular spot is going to allow you to put in the least amount of effort. We're talking like 2 fingers worth of effort. We'll be able to control them because you're not battling the dog. You're not trying to see who's stronger than who. You're just asking the dog to stay next to you. And so when you have the leash in this position right underneath the jawline, it allows you to control their head and their nose, and therefore you don't need to use a lot of effort. So these are actually designed so that you can walk your dog loose leash and then eventually no leash. So this is a tool that will help you make the transition from walking your dog on leash to actually walking them off leash. And a harness or a flat collar just won't do that. So if you use these tips, you're going to have a much easier time in terms of walking your dog with very little or no effort at all. And once you get to that point, you can go off leash. So that's it for today. If you have any other questions, please feel free to send me a message or make a comment. Till next time, if you love your dog,